Let's start this by talking about what core PowerShell functionality truly is. Core PowerShell functionality means no matter which version of the operating system it is installed on, this functionality is available with it. So with PowerShell 2.0, they introduced the command invoke-command, along with many more. In PowerShell 3.0, they introduced what is known as invoke-web request, along with a few other commandlets. And with PowerShell 4.0, desired state configuration commandlets were introduced. That is core functionality that does not require any additional snap-ins or modules to function. Now, if you're looking to extend PowerShell, there are different extensions that are available. For example, PowerShell snap-ins. Now, keep in mind PowerShell snap-ins have been depreciated from Microsoft. However, there still are some out there. PowerShell snap-ins are .NET assemblies that implement commandlets and PS providers. PowerShell modules that were introduced in PowerShell 2.0 are a package of commandlets that you can use in PowerShell. So let's start talking a little bit more in depth about what PowerShell snap-ins are. For example, Microsoft SQL Server 2008 R2 came with two different PowerShell snap-ins, including the SQL Server Commandlet Snap-in 100 and the SQL Server Provider Snap-in 100. Microsoft SharePoint Server also introduces PowerShell snap-ins to grant you additional functionality to manage the application using PowerShell. That snap-in is known as the Microsoft.SharePoint.PowerShell. VMware PowerCLI. This is a vendor that is not even part of Microsoft that also uses PowerShell to manage their applications. VMware PowerCLI is actually a set of snap-ins totaling a total of 7 different PowerShell snap-ins. So let's continue talking about PowerShell modules. These are community built, which means there are hundreds available on the TechNet Gallery and even more available if you just browse online in different blog posts. They also come packaged with the operating system. For example, Server Manager, Best Practices, and many more. You can also install additional modules, such as when you install SQL Server 2012 R2, it will additionally install a PowerShell module, and many more.